What is good everyone, it's Magnus Bulkan here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you my current stretching routine because stretching is really important, and now that we are in isolation we have a lot more spare time, at least I do, so now there are no excuses for not to be stretching, especially if you are as stiff as me, because you need flexibility and mobility to perform exercises not only properly and safely but also to have a full range of motion, which is crucial for muscle growth. So we're going to get big by doing some stretching now. I'm going to thank myself in the future, or my future self is going to thank me, you know? Yeah, whatever, let's jump into it. The first exercise I will be doing for today's stretching routine is going to be an ankle stretch with bands. This is not a flexibility exercise, it's more of a mobility exercise because I have some problems with my ankles, but again, I highly recommend this if you're struggling with a good amount of dorsiflexion during squats. And by that I mean that your knees are not traveling as much forward as they should be. You can do this exercise without bands, but I would recommend them with bands because you're going to have them just on top of the ankle bone, which is going to like push the ankle bone a bit further backwards, and you're going to really focus on actually like getting a more flexible joint. By the way, don't worry about my left leg, I'm just using it to hold down the band, and my right leg, what I'm doing there is that I'm just pushing it forward and I'm going to feel it in my ankle joint, and I'm just going to hold that for a few seconds, 3, 4, 5 seconds, and I'm going back and I'm doing 3 sets of 60 seconds on that one. Okay, so moving on to the next stretching exercise, it's going to be a rectus femoris stretch. The rectus femoris is just basically one of the quad muscles, so if you have tight quads you definitely should do this. You can do this exercise pretty much anywhere, just have your foot, the one you are stretching, on top of something. I'm using my bed as you can see, and I'm having my knee on top of a couple of blankets just because my knee is hard, the floor is hard, not a great combination. So I could actually like be in this position forever because this is not hard at all. What you have to do to make this a rectus femoris stretch is that you have to posteriorly tilt your pelvis. And all that means is that you're trying to squeeze the glutes while trying to keep your lower back rounded, not straight but rounded. Try to do this actively while doing this exercise and you're definitely going to feel a great stretch in the rectus femoris. And here I'm doing 3 sets by 45 seconds, and that's not 3 sets in total, that's 3 sets for each leg. So the next exercise, probably my least favorite, but that's kind of a good thing because if I hate it, that means that it is working. So yeah, I'm stretching my glutes right here. This is like a laying upwards glute stretch, if I could call it that. On this exercise, we're doing 4 sets by 45 seconds. I'm doing 4 sets here just because my glutes are super tight. And here I'm just trying to like, first I lay down, then I rotated my knees, and then I'm trying to push both my knees and my foot upwards towards me. You're really going to feel a great stretch in the glutes, or I hate this, so not a great, but you know, I like to call it good pain. Now this one, oh, you better not give eye contact to your dog while doing this one. What the fuck am I saying? Well, this is going to be called a frog stretch. We're doing 3 sets by 45 seconds on this one as well. And I'm keeping both my feet externally rotated so that I can open my hips up more and stretch them better. This is a really great stretch for the hips, especially if you're tight as hell like me. But yeah, there's not much more to this exercise. You're going to feel it, do it, it's great. Moving on to the next one. Wide squat stance. It's going to focus on the hips as well, but we're now focusing on getting as low as possible compared to opening up the hips as much as possible. We're still doing that though, but that's not the main focus. And we're doing 3 sets of 45 seconds on this one as well. Probably the most basic stretching exercise you've ever seen, but I mean, it still works. So moving on to the last exercise, thank God. So all the exercises I've just done now, they're going to help you a ton in mostly leg exercises such as squat, deadlift, etc. But this one is more upper body stretch, obviously. But yeah, this is upper back stretch. It's going to stretch your thoracic spine, your lats a bit, also your upper back muscles. Not your traps per se, but at least your teres major and minor. This is going to help as well with your shoulder mobility, because a lot of people think that it's their shoulder which lack mobility, but it's just their upper back, because your upper back attaches to your shoulder. So if your upper back has a poor mobility, then you can't raise your arms as much. So this is going to help a ton. It can help with squats, overhead press, and a ton of other exercises. So you're just going to need something that can roll. I'm just using a foam roller, and you're going to keep your back rounded, both your lower and upper back, so that you can fully stretch your upper back muscles. and you're just slowly going to go down, and you're going to feel a deep stretch in all the upper back muscles and the thoracic spine. We're doing 3 sets by 45 seconds. This is a great upper back stretching finisher. You're definitely going to see some great results if you try to stick to this stretching routine for some weeks, but don't leave the video yet because I'm going to answer some questions you might have about the stretching routine. The reason why I don't have any hamstring stretches in my stretching routine is simply because I injured my hamstrings a few months ago, so I can't stretch it or even train it. So yeah, simple as that. So I'm doing this stretching routine 4 times a week. I would say that 3 times a week is definitely a nut, and no less than 2 times, but yeah, you should aim to do it 3 times a week. I do it 4 times a week because I work out 3 times a week now, so I'm doing it on every rest day. So that's pretty much the questions, but a lot of people, or not a lot of people, but a few people asked me to make this video, so here you go. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're going to try it out. It's really great, and like for strength training, which is something that I'm obsessed with, it's going to help. It's going to get your form better, going to reduce your injury risk because you're going to have better form, which is going to give you more gains because full range of motion and not getting injured is going to get you more gains in the long run. So you know, it does help bodybuilding. Just try it out, man. Be consistent. 3 times a week. Do that for, I wouldn't say, I probably wouldn't do it till I'm 80 years old, but yeah, do it for a month or yeah, at least a few weeks, and you'll definitely see some improvements. I hope you have a great day. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Bye.